The Bank of America preferreds present an investment opportunity that could be similar to the Citigroup preferreds, which are up 200% in 2 months because the company offered to exchange the preferred stock into common stock at beneficial terms for preferred holders. Citigroup had to raise capital, and the exchange offer was an efficient way of doing so. B of A finds itself in a very similar situation where it needs to raise capital, and the exchange of its preferreds would make the most sense. The B of A Series E preferreds are the best bet on a potential exchange of preferreds into common similar to the Citigroup transaction announced earlier, because they trade at the highest discount to par. They are at $10.50 versus a face of $25, so B of A has the most to gain by converting its lowest priced preferreds, since it can offer less beneficial terms to a security holder whose securities trade at $10 instead of someone whose securities trade at $15. According to the leaked results of the government's stress test on large-cap bank holding companies, B of A needs to raise about $34 billion in common equity. It can do this either by issuing new equity through a follow-on primary offering, or by exchanging preferred stock into common stock, or through a combination of the two options. With a market cap of around $80 billion, B of A cannot raise the entire amount through a follow-on offering of shares. Maybe it can do half of the required capital. Still, the most cost-efficient way to raise common equity is to convert preferreds. B of A has $33 billion of publicly held preferred securities, so it can pretty much satisfy the government's capital requirements through that exchange. This type of exchange was announced by Citigroup in March. A similar scenario would play here as follows. Holders of B of A preferreds would receive 95% of par value worth of B of A shares at a 100-day average price of something around $8.30. This means that preferreds with $25 par value would be converted at 95%, or to $23.75, into an equivalent number of shares of B of A priced at $8.30, which is 2.86 shares. So for a security that currently trades at $10.50, you would get 2.86 shares of B of A, and your effective cost would be $3.67. This is a great price for B of A no matter what happens, but buying some protection with puts is always a good idea just in case. Buying way out of the money puts, say with a $5 strike price, shouldn't cost too much. Other ways to think about the value you're buying are the following. You can multiply the estimated exchange ratio of 2.86 shares by the current price of B of A shares of $14.50 to get $41.50, which is a 295% upside from what you're paying for the preferreds right now. Or you can multiply the exchange ratio by B of A's tangible book value of $10.88 to get $31.12, which is a 196% upside. To be even more conservative, if you want to assume that B of A doesn't offer such beneficial terms to its preferred shareholders, let's say it prices the B of A common at 2 times the 50-day moving average of around $7.50, so you would get $23.75 divided by $15, or 1.58 shares of B of A common for $10.50, and your upside calculations would indicate a 118% return and a 64% upside respectively.